Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkis, and today's FabriChat.
Good morning.
Hello.
Well, the pressure is off. We really don't need to put on makeup or brush our hair.
Just zoom in.
Just zoom in. It's the Maisey show. She said, I got this. Well, if this is your first time here, what we do on FabriChat is we just kind of talk about nothing. But we're a mother-daughter duo, and we've owned a quilt shop for 23 years in Central Washington State. And then this is our newest edition. Maisey is 7.5 months old.
Yeah.
She's getting up there.
And it's happening fast.
Yeah, and it's funny because, we read all of the comments and stuff, and it used to be, oh, that quilt's so beautiful. Oh, that was such a good tip. No. Now it's, oh, that Maisey.
Yeah, Maisey.
Maisey. So she is a lot of fun. The other thing that started a bit of a firestorm, really about a week ago, is maybe longer than that. We had mentioned that at a year old, Maisey would go to daycare. And, oh my goodness, I feel like they're not having it.
No.
But
I don't think there is any vote for yes center.
I know. And, what happened was Brianna's other two, Wyatt, who will be 6 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
And Harper, who will be 5. Both of them spent their first year down here at the shop also. Mm-hmm. And we would have loved to have them stay. But what happens is I think they get to a point where they don't want to be here.
Yeah.
It's really just... bored. Yeah, because we have kind of a little, cordoned off area where there's no pins or rotary cutters or anything that gets in there. Because, they're walking. Mm-hmm. And so they can't just roam around the store. There are things that can hurt them.
Yeah.
And they get bored with us. Mm-hmm. We're only so much fun. And then they really do want to play with kids. And so, that's why the other two have gone. I would be perfectly happy and content
if she wants to hang out with us.
If she wants to stay with us the whole time, she can stay.
Yeah.
She says, I do.
I really like this.
We'll see. She does like it. We, and we should mention this. So we'll lay her blanket out and put her down, and while we're filling orders and stuff on Mondays, and she just loves it.
Yeah.
She'll sit up for a while. She doesn't really crawl yet. She kind of scoots, but she
rolls.
loves it. Rolls.
She's figured out rolling can get her places too.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do, I think we sort of briefly mentioned it on Sunday's box opening, but we're going to go ahead and do a YouTube Live. We're going to do it next Monday. And we've talked about doing this a couple times. We've done different live episodes of different things. And we really like it because we get to interact with you, in real time. Not everybody likes it because they would rather kind of watch things and not have us get off on some tangent, with some friend that we haven't seen for a long time or whatever. So I kind of understand both. And so what we're going to do is next Monday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, the store is actually closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. What we do on Mondays and Tuesdays is we fill all of the orders from the Sunday box opening and weekend orders. Anything that you placed Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, that's what we do Monday. So we're pretty busy. There's 6 of us that are here, and we're finding everything, cutting everything, answering all of your notes and messages, and then we maybe calling people to find out what's going on, and then Tracy has this tower of stuff, of orders that she's sending out on Monday. So that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to kind of bring you to work with us. And Sam is going to be kind of behind the camera so that she can move around and show you different things, and we'll share some different things. And so, in fact, if you want to participate, and if there is something on your note and you say, hey, show me on camera, the right blues or whatever, take me over to that back room and, show me that quilt that's hanging there or whatever. If there's something that you really want to see, it'll be kind of fun because it'll be in real time.
Yeah.
So that is next Monday. And next Monday is the 7th?
The 7th. Yep. August 7th.
10 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be live for 1 hour.
Yep.
And then I guess after that, she'll probably edit it and put it up so people will see what they missed.
Maybe. I mean, you can see it regardless. It'll be on YouTube for forever.
As a live.
As a live. And then, we can go in and cut things out if we want to. But
I don't know what we'd want to cut out.
We'll
It's
probably
just going to
just
really
leave
be the Maisey show.
Yeah.
She's so adorable. She's so happy all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Until she's not. And when she's not, it is like in a second.
And it's because she's hungry. She's
Hungry.
realized... Oh my
She
gosh.
gives you 5 seconds. From the time she goes, I think I'm hungry, to where she wants food is like...
It's in baby
that
time.
fast. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So we love having her here with us. So anyways, so let's see a couple things. So the Maisey daycare, hey, we're with
open.
you. We're right there with you. We'll see what happens. And
or their alternative was, a lot of people suggested, if she has to go to daycare, then I have to have another baby. It's the only way to fix the situation.
bring us a new one.
You send the baby, we need a baby.
It's the baby show. We don't care about that stinking fabric. Yeah, no, I would be.
I know, so funny.
She's just such a happy girl,
She is.
and you know that's all of Brianna's kids have been like that.
They
I think
really
a lot
have
of it
been,
is
yeah.
because that's what you know. Brianna is very calm, very even tempered.
Yeah,
Very
nothing
positive.
gets too
Yeah, she's not.
worked up over, huh?
Yeah. She's not going to poke you with this grape. So anyway, they've all been really fun and really nice. Let's see. The only other thing too that I had that was like sort of a question or whatever, or a comment is, and this is probably the last time we'll talk about the Barbie movie. But we had talked about, you know, some movies, and it was such a big deal. The first that we went to Indiana Jones, and then that we went to the Barbie movie. But we kept talking about the America Ferrera monologue. So 2 of you guys have sent me now the entire monologue, and I think we
that's
can
cool.
link that, because if you just don't have any interest in going to see the Barbie movie, and it's kind of funny, on a little digression here. I belong to Soap Lake for Locals, I think is what a Facebook page, and somebody was off on some rant, a friend of mine, about the Barbie movie, and, you know, not gonna go, and everybody else was, oh, me neither, oh, absolutely not.
Did you go in and say it's actually really good?
I know. And then somebody says, what is her last name anyway? Does she have a last name? So I immediately go on there and go, Roberts. Her last name is Roberts. Didn't read the room at all. I thought you wanted to know. Her last name is Roberts. And her middle name is something funny like Guinevere or Millicent. Millicent? Her middle name is Millicent. Barbara Millicent Roberts is her real name. Just, you know, in case you want to know. Anyways, the best part was that monologue, and I think we talked about this last time, that it took them several years, you know, that they were working on that, and they kept texting each other back and forth and adding things to it. So years and years and years ago, gosh, probably 15 years ago, I made a quilt, and it was a great big huge sunflower, and I had quilted an Emily Dickinson poem across it. And then I also did one, it was an eagle, and I did Chief Joseph's speech, you know, when his surrender speech. I quilted that on it. And then, who was it? Carolyn quilted the words to the Star Spangled Banner over you know, and so I'm thinking I need to find the right quilt, and I'm going to quilt the monologue on there, you know, what it means to be a woman, and because it's just it's just really well done.
Yeah,
So,
it was a really good woman empowering movie, which was,
it really was. And so if you don't want to go see Barbie because you don't care what her last name is, totally get that. At least you can read the monologue that made it worth going.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'll attach. Can we attach that below?
Yeah, I'll put it in the link.
link.
It'll be a little PDF,
Okay.
and in the description below, go ahead and click that, and then you can print it off, just read it, whatever.
Yeah,
you want.
just read it. Yeah, it's pretty good. And yeah, or you could, if you can't find the link, if you're watching us on your phone, I suppose you could probably search it. It's like a big deal now. So,
Yeah.
but I really am gonna. I have to piece the right quilt and think of what it is and put that on.
I had on my phone a screenshot of the whole box office things. Barbie beat out Oppenheimer in the box office. It was really good, but I've heard that Oppenheimer's actually really good. That it was
it's history.
It's history, and they took it. It's very historian like. It's not really about war. It's about the other side of it, which is kind of nice. So yeah, Robert and I think we're gonna go watch it. But I'm a history junkie. I love the history part of all of it.
And they said that they made it accurate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Thought it was pretty good. It was worth watching.
Well, I think some people are the same. You know, you go to a movie because you want to be entertained, and for me, my definition of entertainment is
laughter.
I have to laugh.
Yeah,
I don't want to cry, and I don't want anybody to die, and I don't want to be scared.
Yeah.
I don't understand people that go to gory, satanic.
They had the commercials for the Megalodon. The second, like, huge behemoth shark movie. And it's like,
both of us turn to each other. Hard no. Nope.
Not going.
Not
Didn't watch the first one. Not gonna watch this one.
No. I don't even want to watch that commercial again. Great big no.
I know.
It just... Yeah. You know, I have to say, I am Jaws era. Did you ever watch Jaws?
No.
I could not, for the longest time, could not swim in the lake. Because what's underneath me? I can't touch. I mean, that whole, you always thought something was coming up underneath you. I mean, it took me years to get over that. And, you know, you never really admitted it to anybody. It's like, no, I'm not swimming out there. I'm going to stay right in here where I can touch the ground.
I'm
I
good.
know nothing is underneath me. Yeah. No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I don't even watch, Shark Week. All those, Sharknado and I don't know. All that weird stuff.
So stupid. I watched something just because it's so stupid. But then afterwards you kind of feel like, your IQ dropped just a little bit. Like,
Harper. Lizzie should watch Sharknado. And maybe
Lizzie
it'll
would
get
like
her
it.
used to some of the action, little dun-dun-dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
All those little adrenaline noises that she won't be so afraid when Pa wants to watch History of Love once.
Yeah, because she doesn't like that.
Because then she'll know, this shark is just a, jellyfish. It's fine.
I was watching last night, the whole thing that, in bed when you're answering, texts and, different things. And then you kind of go on Facebook just for a minute. I'm kind of more of a lurker. I don't often comment, unless you want to know what Barbie's last name is. So I don't often comment, but I'll, lurk around a little bit and see what everybody is doing. And, they sometimes will give you those little feed. Yeah. Those little... There's this new one that keeps popping up, obviously, because I keep clicking on it. But there's a guy, I can't think of his name. He has a funny name. I'll see if I can find it. But have you seen it where he takes animals that are making sounds and he turns it into music? Have you seen him? Mm-mm. Oh, my gosh. It is the funniest thing. I'll think of the name. Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll maybe put the name or whatever. But I can't. It's a funny name. Anyway, there might be a cat that is like... growling, the whole and you can tell that she's looking at somebody and she's giving him the business. He'll turn it into music.
Oh, that's funny.
Or there's one where there was the one I was watching last night there is a Siberian Husky, and they're very loud. Mm-hmm. And in fact, you hear the woman say, Roscoe, whatever his name is, okay, Roscoe, go ahead and sing. And of course he goes, wow, 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 he's making, and he turned that into a song. And it was so good. And I must have watched it 4 times or whatever until Pa finally said, what are you watching? But anyway, this is the thing. So Lizzie was, she sleeps right next to us. She has a little bed beside us. And so she was watching.
I'm sure she liked it.
What is that? So she thought it was kind of fun. But anyway, it's kind of it's the weird things that we find that are just entertaining and 2 seconds or 2 minutes of entertainment. But anyway, so speaking of Pa and entertainment, I've been waiting to tell you about our dinner date.
Oh yeah, at Jameson Lake.
Yes. So funny thing. So our 39th wedding anniversary was Saturday, and we decided to go out to this restaurant. So his Paws Pud Buds, the PUD buddies, told him that there was this little resort, and it's a little kind of a campground, and they've got a little store, bar, steakhouse place that is right there next to the lake, and that it's really, really, really good food. Kind of this hidden gem, and you would never know that it was there, and that we should go out there for a steak. And Jameson Lake is not far from us, so maybe a 20 to 30 minute drive. So it seemed like, well, that's okay. We'll just take a really pretty drive up the pretty Cooley corridor and go to dinner, and that would be great. So where it is, and what you might have to do is, I don't know if you guys do Google Earth very much. I do that a lot. I oftentimes will look at something on Google Earth, and you can zoom right in and see, the geography of the area. You can see the street. You can even do street view. So if you're not from here, if you're from here, you want to pay attention because you want to go there. If you're not from here, look on Google Earth anyway, just to see. But what happens is, from Soap Lake, you go north on Highway 17, and it's this beautiful, beautiful drive. You go past Lake Lenore, you go past Dry Falls. It's this gorgeous Park Lake. It's this gorgeous area. And you go about 15 minutes, and 15 minutes up, Highway 17 stops, intersects with Highway 2. There, you have an opportunity to go right into Cooley City, or you go left. So you go left, and the idea is that approximately 15 miles down Highway 2 is a road that is East Jameson Lake. East Jameson Lake Road, and it will go up, and within like a mile, Jameson Lake is a long, narrow lake. It's not as big as Soap Lake, but it's stocked with fish. It's beautiful. And so it's this long lake, and then you follow this road up to where this resort is. And there's two. There's Jack's Resort on the southern end of the lake, and then there was another one, I think it's called Jameson Lake Resort or something like that, at the north end. So anyway, so we knew where we were going, and so as we go, we get to just where Highway 17 starts again. So you come up Highway 17, there's a stop sign, Highway 2, and then you could go up Highway 17 again. That's how we go to our cabin. Right there at Highway 17, there's a great big, huge, there was a sign that said, road washed out, Jameson Lake detour. And that's what it said, Jameson Lake detour.
I didn't realize Highway 2 was washed out so close to that. Nor did you.
We'll come back to that. We just trusted this
detour.
great big, the DOT flashing lights, Jameson Lake detour, road washed out. That was what it said. Road washed out, Jameson Lake detour. And it just keeps repeating, flashing yellow lights. It was in the middle of Highway 2. You could not, you could have went around it, maybe, but you clearly were not supposed to.
Right.
It was right in the middle, right on the yellow line, great big. I don't know, what are they, 8 feet wide?
Huge.
Huge signs, flashing lights. Oh, that's weird. Somebody didn't tell us that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have my phone out, and we turn, and the arrow is pointing up Highway 17.
Sure.
Dryland wheat. Area. Beautiful.
There's a whole lot of nowhere, but maybe you're
Whole lot of
to
nowhere.
go through Manson. There might be a way.
Mansfield.
Mansfield, there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you drop?
I don't know. I'm trying to get your hair.
You didn't drop it. So we turn.
Choices. Taking it on this one for a minute.
Okay. So we turn right. We go up Highway 17, and I have my phone. And as I have my phone, it clicks on and shows me to go up a couple of miles, and then we're supposed to turn on Road 6. And then it showed that you're going to go, and then you're going to hook up with something called West Jameson Lake Road, or East Jameson Lake Road, which will take you into West Jameson Lake Road. And it said it was going to be 54 minutes.
Whoa.
I know, and I said, oh my gosh, that's like crazy. That like tripled the amount of time that it was going to take us to get there. And Dad says, yeah, well, you know, what are you going to do? It'll be a nice little drive. I thought, okay, well, you're probably
Were
right.
you guys in his car, the truck, your car? What vehicle
We were in his car.
Oh, okay.
His car. Not the little blue
Camry.
Impala, if you remember the green Camry. The little...
Not the Impala.
It's not an Impala. And it's not blue. Anyways, it's a little commuter car. It's just a little four-door, short little car that gets really good gas mileage because he commutes 45 minutes to work. That's all it is. But, you know, whatever. So off we go. And so we get up to where Road 6 is, and we turn on Road 6, and we both look at it like, is this right? It is a gravel road.
I'm sure it is.
It's not a paved road. It's a gravel road. And so it's like, well, that's weird. So off we go. And I'm looking at the phone, and sure enough, it's telling us, yes, we're on the right path. So we go off. And I mean, any of you guys that are local and you know where we're out, we are, you know, it's funny because Marge...
Do you have cell reception at this point?
Again, I'll come back to that. Marge likes to say, she lives in Elmira, she likes to say she lives in the middle of somewhere, and that is true. She does. She lives in a beautiful area that is in the middle of somewhere. This was the middle of nowhere. There was nothing out there. There was not, it was a road, but within probably about 3 or 4 miles, I'm not entirely sure that you could call it a road.
Ooh.
We had passed by
It was more
a couple
a tractor
of farms.
track?
It was more of a cow path.
Oh.
You know, it was like a clean spot in the field, but there wasn't really any, all of the dry land, we had passed all of that. We had passed any of those farms that were out there. We were in sagebrush and rock. And so, but we kept going. And I still had cell service, and it still was saying that we were going in the right spot. And so we were okay. And then, and the road just kept getting a little bit worse and a little bit worse. And Dad realized probably not the right car to take. Mm-hmm. And so then I feel like the road kind of ended. It really wasn't really a road anymore. And right about at that moment, my cell phone, I had no more cell reception. And so then I'm looking at the phone and I'm thinking, okay, well, I kind of know what it said, but how will you know that you're connecting with East Jameson Lake Road? So we kind of keep going, and Dad said, well, should we turn around? And it's like, well, no. I mean, I think at this point, we're kind of committed. You know, let's just see what's up ahead. You know, it's okay. And then right, like, within, like, minutes after that, there was all of a sudden a motorcycle behind us. And so Dad thought, oh, okay. So then Dad said, well, let's let him go, because he was kind of, this is like dirt, dry dirt. It's 100 degrees outside, dirt, smoky. And Dad goes, gosh, let's just let him by him. So we kind of pulled over, and he kind of goes by us. And as he drives by us, he kind of goes, what are you guys doing out here? He goes off.
Is he on a dirt bike, or is he on like a motorcycle?
He's on a dirt bike.
And he didn't make the stop?
He didn't stop.
Oh, what y'all doing out here?
Off he goes. And it wasn't very long before, I mean, we didn't even see him. You know, we didn't see, I don't know what part of the road or what he was on, but off he goes. And so, so then we go a little bit farther, and then I said to Dad, I said, okay, so when you called, right? Because they told him, oh, you have to have reservations because you're really, really busy.
Right.
And so I said, so you called, right? And you talked to somebody? And he goes, yeah, I called. And I said, so a person answered the phone? He said, yes. I called, a person answered the phone, and I made reservations for 6 o'clock. And I said, okay, so they're open and they're there. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, why didn't they tell you that the road was closed? Why didn't they say, oh, by the way, the road's closed and don't be scared? He said, well, I don't know. Yeah, they didn't say anything about that. And I thought, okay, well, that's weird. So then we go, and then all of a sudden the road, I mean, comes to like, it ended. I mean, it didn't necessarily end, but there was a gate, and the gate was actually like a cow panel. You guys know what I mean by that? Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a cow panel gate, and it could have swung the other way where the road would have continued, and the gate was closed that way, so we had to go this other way. Mm-hmm. We would have headed like south. again, it doesn't really look like a road. It looks kind of like a cow path. And so same thing, Dad says, well, at least we know how to get back. Should we take this road? And I said, well, yeah, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? And then we start to talk about, those people that are out hiking without water and, now people are dying.
But everyone knew you were going to Jameson Lake.
That's true.
So we probably...
But would you know where to find us? Would you start going down that road and go, there's no way Mom would be on this road?
Maybe. But knowing there is a big block in the sign, I wouldn't be surprised that you found a different way to go.
Okay.
It would be weird that Dad would take his little car on that road, but, whatever.
I know. I think for much of the trip, as you're going on it, you're going to go, well, they didn't go this way. No. There's no way. Dad wouldn't drive his car on this road. Yeah.
But still, that's what there's only two. I mean, you can't get anywhere else.
No.
The pie eventually would have found you there.
Eventually. And that's what we're thinking, too. It's like, okay.
You can pick up this way?
When would they find us, and do we have water? No, we don't have water in the car. We don't have, why would we have to bring water?
Right, you don't have
in the car. Yeah, we don't have, I had sunglasses, but that was all. We didn't have anything else. And so then it's like, okay, well, yeah, let's just go ahead and keep going. So we keep going. And then all of a sudden, here we see this motorcycle again, coming back.
Bro!
I know. So that's what I'm thinking. Wave him down. Then I'm thinking, wait. Why is he coming back?
He's on a motorcycle. He's not packed. He might be packing.
Where did he go?
We gotta ask him.
I don't know. Then I'm thinking, so it was that whole thing. It's like, yeah, do you wave him down and say, hey, are we lost? Or do you become the next episode of Dateline? Unsolved Mysteries. You found their car. I don't know. So we didn't know. So we both kind of went, okay, if he stops, we'll talk to him. And of course he did. He slowed down, looked at us. And he kept right on by, and it's like,
he was checking the fence line.
There was no fence.
No. Why was the gate there?
Well, the gate was open. Oh, okay, there was kind of a fence there, but the gate was really just to block off the road, which isn't really a road. It was weird. I think I took a picture of it. I might have a picture of it. So anyway, so then I started to get a little bit nervous. And it's kind of funny because when you're in like that life or death, which one of us is going to get eaten mode, I know.
She's going to be the first one to go.
I'm going to be the first one to go. And then, you have to deal with how you acted in, the middle of an emergency. Because then, of course, right after
it's fight or flight, and she's flight mode all the way.
I totally am. Like, just let me out. If we can find water, you're going to have to go find, I'm going to stay on this road. I'm not staying with the car. I'm not going to be with the car. There's one, I've got 3 mints in my purse, and I'm keeping all of them. Yes. Yeah, and then right after you behave like that is when, I see asphalt. I just would have held it together for another minute. It would have been fine. So sure enough, we found the asphalt. It was kind of dead ahead. We saw the asphalt. We kind of went down over this, rocky slope. And we saw the asphalt and saw the lake behind it. So we get to the asphalt. This road is beautiful. I think that asphalt road could not be more than 2 years.
Robert and I might have to go on an adventure.
You have to go. You have to go that way. You really do need to go that way because you need to experience it. But here's the
We'll take an appropriate vehicle.
I know. Take it. Yeah, don't take a car. So we get to the asphalt road, Jameson Lake. It is beautiful. It's all of these basalt cliffs. Just like all of the other lakes in our area. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous little baby ducks and little baby pheasants and lots of deer, beautiful. So once we get to the asphalt, within like a mile, we see Jack's Resort, and it's this little campground, and they've got power, and they've got bathrooms, and it's right across from the lake. The lake's right there. They've got little rowboats. The lake is stocked, and then the Jack's Resort, it's a bar, it's a little grocery store. 2 women run it. It was fantastic food. I'm not kidding. So, fantastic food. We'll talk about that for a second, and then I'll go back to what happened. But I ordered the Parmesan crusted chicken, and it was like big because they, beat it flat. Sure. And so it was probably this big. And then I had a fully loaded baked potato and fresh green beans, fresh rolls that came out with our salad. Plus we had a prawn appetizer, and Dad had a sirloin steak, ear of corn, and a stuffed baked potato.
Wow.
And all of that was like $70.
No.
Oh, and Dad had a beer, and I, of course.
You probably need more than
And
one.
I had some
Wow.
alcohol drink. Mojito, maybe? I think I had a mojito.
Mojitos have mint in it usually.
I'm not sure what it was. It was something that the waitress recommended for me. So we had 2 beverages and all of that.
A great meal.
Appetizers, salads, full meal. I think mine was $20 and his was $23.
That's good.
And then I think that his beer was like $6 or something.
Sure.
I mean, beer is expensive. But anyway, it was like really, really reasonable. It was really good. But anyway, so we get there. So if you're local or if you're traveling through, totally recommend it. Totally recommend it. We were the only people there. The only people. So we get there, and of course, I don't want to go blowing in with, oh my gosh, what? You know, it's like, oh, hello, nice place. What a beautiful lake. But Dad, of course, goes, what is happening with your road? What's going on? And they said, yeah, what happened was when we had that flood, 2 weeks ago, it washed out Highway 2, but beyond them. Beyond them.
But they put
in
the
between
sign.
Jameson Lake, because they said that they have called the Department of Transportation every single day for 2 weeks saying, you are killing us.
Why don't they just freaking move it?
I know.
Just load up the... Dad needs to go back, hook it up, truck it down, and then drop it off.
Yeah. They
Like
said
little
the
butt
Department
heads.
of Transportation said that they put it there because they wanted the semis to have a spot to turn around.
Well, put 2 then.
You could have totally turned around.
Semi-detour. Go back.
Because that Jameson Lake Road, you could, because we went home that way. We went back down Jameson Lake Road. We went down, beautiful road. 3 lanes in much of it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely a place to turn around. It doesn't make any sense at all. But I think possibly, and they said even coming from Wenatchee or Waterville area, you can get around it. You can.
It washed out 2 lanes, so it washed the lanes that you were on. It washed out those 2, but there's still this lane.
Yeah, you could totally get around. They said that they did have a pilot car there for a while to kind of take people around, but now they just have it blocked off and, don't be stupid, and go around it. But they said it's absolutely killing them. This is because they're only open. They're only open. What did she say? April is opening season for us. They're only open April to September. And she said, yeah, you had to have reservations. We were totally booked, totally busy, and everybody canceled. No one. They said they have nobody.
Dang.
We were the only people there, except when the motorcycle guy showed up.
Hey, you made it! Did he recognize you guys?
Yeah, he did. He comes in, he goes, what were you doing out there? I was like, well,
trying to make it here.
I didn't know how to get here. And then we said, well, what were you doing? He goes, well, I was coming, and then, I don't know, something happened, and he got a low leak in his tire, so he went back and got a different bike and came back. And, I was stopping to see what you were doing, but I figured you were fine. It's like, well, we weren't, but
It's okay.
Yeah. But he said, yeah, he just didn't want to cook tonight, so he was going to come and have dinner. But other than him and us,
No one was probably camping then either.
no one camping, no one there eating, and the best food. And I felt so bad for them.
So if you're local, you need a last minute camping
out
spot. Jameson Lake is it.
Go out. It's beautiful.
Well,
It's beautiful. You have to go out there. And then, because then the other thing is they said, yeah. And then I thought, well, gosh, that whole hidden gem thing where we're always looking for some place to eat. I mean, we have good restaurants, but in Ephrata there are 8 Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, we're pretty
And
limited.
even in Soap Lake we have 4 places to eat. 2 of them are Mexican places. So, I mean, we like Mexican food. We eat tacos more than we eat anything
sometimes
else.
you like to shake
but
it up.
sometimes you want to eat a steak and go out for, have a steak. But anyway, so if you're local, go out there. Stay on Highway 2. Or if you know Sheep Canyon Road Road will get you out there. You can do diagonal, and then instead of it being 30 minutes, roughly, and if I would have went up 17, down 2, and onto West Jameson Lake Road, it would have taken me from my house 30 minutes. But taking Sheep Canyon Road probably half that time because you would do diagonal. So anyway, so that's what we did. We didn't die. We were not the next episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
And they met the guy on the motorcycle.
He was very nice. I don't know his name, but he was very nice.
That was funny.
Yes, and it was good to go out there and good to see it. And we had never been out to Jameson Lake.
I have never been to Jameson Lake.
Yeah, it's a cute little lake.
Yeah,
cute little lake. It'd be fun just to go camping because that's the thing. People camp here in Ephrata. There's this little place called Oasis Park, and locals will go camping at Oasis Park. It's like, we kind of want to get away, but we don't have time to go very far. Let's just go down here. Jameson Lake would be a fun place just to go.
Close, yeah.
You feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. I mean, really. And you guys in the pickup, you need to go the other way so you can experience it because. Take some water.
When we see the guy on the motorcycle, you remember that camera? Yeah, we're at him. Let's go this way.
He's very, very nice. He's a very nice young man.
We'll W up bananas.
Yes, you stay with me. Yeah, but it was good. And they had a full menu. They had a lot to choose from.
Well, that's cool.
I always order chicken.
Yeah.
And Dad always orders steak. So, and it was very affordable. All home, home cooked. I mean, that's that thing. Sometimes the kiss of death for a restaurant is then they start doing frozen stuff and you kind of worry about that. They did not. It was all very fresh. The prawns were huge and fresh and
good.
On a skewer, and it was really, really good. So anyway, Jack's Resort, Jameson Lake. And I think that the hours, they live out there because they run the campground.
Oh, okay.
So I think that the restaurant is open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday also. I think I took a picture of it, and maybe I'll put it on our Facebook page too. But they said that they do private events. So if you wanted to have like a retirement party or a birthday party or whatever, and they're kind of hoping for that because again,
they need something to recoup.
Yeah. The other part to the story, so there's no one in there, so we're kind of visiting with the proprietors, and she was lovely. She probably my age, and she said she's lived out there for 23 years. It was her grandpa that started it, and so she kind of took over the place, but. She said that Labor Day 2019, it burned to the ground. They lost everything. She said there was a fire. Yeah. She said there was a fire that started in Omak, that great big fire.
Yes.
That burned the back way.
We were in the middle of that one.
Yeah. And they thought, it's, the back there in that sagebrush area kind of didn't matter. And she said they got no warning. They didn't, it was Labor Day. They didn't even.
Yeah, we remember. It gives me chills. We totally remember that. That was like the scariest ride. Some reason Mom and Dad went home early. And they were at home. And we made it to Tenasket. We actually left earlier than we expected to. We thought we were going to leave the camp about 2 o'clock, no big deal. But we left before lunch. We thought, the kids had it. We had Wyatt and Harper, Jordan and Brittany up there with their kids. So we had the little ones. And we made it down to Nats, and I had like 17 missed calls. Like, what is happening? From Mom, from David, from Dad, from everybody. And I called Mom. I was like, what is happening? And she's like, you need to get out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because we could see smoke. And she's like, you can't get out of Omak right now. And we could see it. As soon as we got past the little bit of Tenasket, you just see this huge plume of smoke. So it was crazy. We had to go around like Cooper Terrace. It took us forever to get home because we had to... And it was the scariest little, because you can't see beyond the hillside, but you all see is this red sun, this black smoke. It was like right out of a horror flick.
And you don't know what's in front of you.
You have no idea.
You don't know how to get out, and you're just trusting. And and that was the other thing too, is we had no idea. We didn't know. I mean, it's not uncommon for us to look out and see smoke and, the wind.
But
we
where
kind
is
of
it
are in a
coming from?
basin. And so the smoke could be from Montana, could be from Canada, could be from Oregon. So we don't react so much to the smoke and not knowing that, oh no, it's right here with you. And that was what happened to them, is they said, because when they're telling us, like, oh, I remember that fire.
We know
and she
exactly
said,
what that was.
She said they didn't know that it was on their way to them. And they said that the firemen, there was like 30 firemen that were down on Highway 2 that were waiting for it to get to them.
Which is
and
through
no
Jameson.
one thought
to get to Jameson
that
Lake.
there's, so they were waiting for it to get there. She said that they called 911 like 17 times and no one came. No, they said, we can't get to you, get out. We can't get to you, get out. And so they made it out. And she said what happened was it knocked the power out.
Yeah.
And if you don't have any power, you don't have any water.
Right.
Because your water is run by pumps. So they couldn't save anything. They just watched it come, and they're trying to get things, and they're getting out. It was a full countdown, and they're telling everybody, get out, get out, get out, get your stuff, go this way. There's firemen at the end of the road. They knew where the firemen were, and they couldn't even. It's like, should we go get them? Should we tell them we're here? But they could see the fire.
Oh, how
And
scary.
so they said, we don't have time to go get them. Just get out. Tell them we're here.
Yeah.
Tell them we're here. And they were the last ones to leave. And they watched it burn.
Oh.
It makes me feel like I'm going to cry.
I know.
It was, and listening to her, and she said they lost everything. Lost everything.
Well,
and
good
then
for
it was
them
COVID.
for starting over.
They rebuilt it. So they rebuilt it. They don't have internet yet. There's no self-service yet. But they rebuilt it. It's beautiful. You wouldn't know, what had went through there. There's no evidence of that. It was, 3 years ago now.
I know.
4 years ago. So they're just trying to rebuild it and trying to regain, So anyway, so if you're local, go see them.
Go have dinner.
It was nice people, good food, very affordable. Mm-hmm. And the drive could have been lovely if I wouldn't have panicked. The last one. With my 3 minutes and no water. Sorry.
Funny.
I'm not good in an emergency. Sorry. Anyways.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad you made it.
We made it. We made it. We made it another year. You'll have to go. And next year, we're going to have a big blowout party for our 40th wedding anniversary.
You guys going to do it at Jameson Lake?
I think we might. We're going to rent the place.
That'll be fun. We'll have to go. We'll have to go see it.
Yeah, we'll have to go. All right.
You dropped it.
Now, the good thing about seeing Maisey is that you get to see Maisey. The bad thing is you can't really see. What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What changed?
She's smiling now.
Training mom.
What did you
that's
think
all.
I said? It's over. See?
Baby
She's
Dilla.
happy until she's not. Let's move this so they can see this quilt. So this one, we showed this. What is this line?
Northern Peaks.
Northern Peaks. And we...
I think this was Wednesday's box opening last week.
Maybe. We have... we're cutting kits.
Yes.
And so we have enough left that we can put together some kits of this one. Not of the other one. We do have some of these panels left.
Right, we can do the other one, but the other one, if you remember, there was this guy who's like Northern Tracks, because it has, you can't see, but it has bare paws in the corners. And then there was a parallel trail or parallel forest that had running yardage. So we, of course, do not have the running yardage anymore, but I thought we'd make a few of the kits up using the panel, and then you'd have the pretty pine trees on the border edges.
Yeah.
So we'll have a picture of that way, but
And we'll have those up and on the website.
by Sunday, probably.
Well, we could probably put them up early to give you guys a little head start.
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
But we won't be able to mail them because we're waiting on the patterns.
So we won't be able to mail them until next
because
week.
we ran out of the patterns. And the other thing, too, is the running yardage, the backing, ran out in like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all totally gone. So, anyway, so
So,
we'll put
yeah,
some
I'll
of
turn
these
them on
together.
early for you guys. So if you want to do, if you missed out on a kit or whatever, you can get that first. And then once they're ready, you'll already have yours essentially pre-ordered. Yeah.
We gave her a little pouch yesterday, and she fiddled with that zipper. She knew that the zipper was supposed to open.
She could not figure out how
She
to
could
do it.
not. She knew that was the thing, and she'd get a hold of it, but she couldn't.
Yeah,
quite
she was
figure
doing
out.
it. It was cute to watch, try to figure it
It was fun to
out.
watch her. Yeah, she knew kind of what was supposed to happen, but she couldn't quite get the movement down. So anyway, All right. Anything else? Let's see. Box opening tonight.
Yep.
We do box opening Wednesday night at 5. We do box opening Sunday afternoon at 12:30.
Yesterday you would have seen the next block for Jay's Bouquet.
Oh, yes, yes.
We got a bunch filmed, so we'll start.
My rash is better.
Yes.
I felt kind of bad because it looked so... I didn't want it to be distracting in the
Yeah,
video. I
and
think
she
I even
mentioned-
said something. I was like, don't look
Ignore
at
it,
my
it's
arms.
fine.
I should have just worn long sleeves, but I think sometimes that's distracting when you're watching somebody and going, geez, does she know something's going on there? It's like, yes, just hives. But yeah, all better.
Good.
All better. Okay, good. So
All right.
they'll see that. And
They'll see
then
that. And then in 2 weeks you'll see the other one, the shebang.
every 2 weeks.
Yep.
We're getting all caught up.
Yes.
And then yours, we're getting caught up.
Yes, this week we'll film My Goodness.
All right, so we'll see you tonight for box opening.
Yep.
And
That was not her face, I promise. Did you see that with her hand?
she does that a lot. She'll all of a sudden just bend over.
Or she'll like go sideways. Like that's
Yeah.
her thing. She sits really cute apparently when she goes sideways. You gonna go sideways and show? You'll see it. She does it all the time now. Yeah, there you go. Leaning tower.
She's so
Maisey.
trusting. Trust fall.
Yeah.
Trust swoop. All right.
So silly. So silly. All right.
All right.
See you tonight.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at FabricPatch.net.